Now, thank you for staying with us. In addition to contributions made by the UK government, other foreign bodies, be it countries or private organizations, others have also played a big role in supporting the growth of Nigeria's tech ecosystem, be it by grants, by funding, mentorship programs, trainings, and even hardware support. But the question is, to what extent can it be said that it has helped the tech ecosystem? And joining us to answer this question is Bella Rose Iyere Okojie. She is the head of content development team and the senior editor at Tech City. She is also a radio and TV host, an actor, and a YouTube content creator who has also carved a niche in the social media comedy scene with an alter ego she calls Not Bella Rose on Instagram, where she addresses national issues using satire. She joins us via Zoom from Lagos. Bella Rose, it's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
Hi, Victor. It is so good to be here. Happy March.
Well, happy March, happy International Women's Day, happy Mother's Day, and of course, good to see you on the show as well.
Same here.
Well, I was kind of looking very well to be sure it's not Bella Rose we have on the show. Thankfully, it's Bella Rose, but let's just go ahead and start this show. So, I mean, just quickly give us an inkling as what the Nigerian tech ecosystem looked like before we started having interventions from foreign bodies, be it governments or even the tech giants or even private organizations and, you know, venture capitalists.
So it was majorly doing stuff because you loved it. It was a very passionate thing that many startup founders were doing at the time. They found that there were lots of things that Nigerians needed. And so because perhaps some had some international exposure, some had gone outside Nigeria and seen how things were being done. And they thought, we can have this in Nigeria as well. And so they would come back to Nigeria and kick off with some development. And of course, for some, it was just about making life easier for the average Nigerian. What can I do to make life easy for the next Nigerian, you know? And so a lot of all these things came up as a result of just being your brother's keeper. It came as a result of serious ideation and brainstorming, of course, from whether it was school or from solutions that you thought that your environment needed. So it was a passionate thing. I'm doing this because I want to solve a problem. I'm doing this because people around me need it. I may not have the money that I need just yet, but of course, that's where people get to understand the idea of bootstrapping, where you are asking one uncle from, you know, somewhere in the west or the east for money, and you're asking your friends around the country to please download your application or use it, you know, please be my early adopters, just help me use this thing, it's in a beta stage. And it was a passionate thing and everyone was involved. But I think that to a very large extent, the idea of investing and venture capitalism and, you know, funding were byproducts, because the talent existed, the ideas were there, then the funding and every other thing, the financial support then came on, because they already saw that these people are already engaging somehow. They are creating solutions. They are providing solutions to their environments as well. So we can definitely help them. And of course, because of the kinds of connections that some of these people were able to make, perhaps when they went out to do presentations or pitches and the likes, you know, you could see that capacity was being built, and it was really an exciting thing to see. And of course, for some Nigerians, or very many Nigerians, the kinds of stories that people were beginning to tell, like the platform, you know, that I edit, for instance, techcityng.com, we're trying to tell the stories of these people, because not everyone who perhaps feels like they can contribute financially or otherwise, perhaps know that these people actually exist. So it's also in telling the stories of these people that you're able to find that, oh, there is somebody perhaps in Texas, for instance, or someone in Gillingham, UK, who is willing to support this person because their stories are being told, and, you know, the solutions that they are preferring, whether in the form of a product or a service, an application or whatever, actually does exist. But it all started from a place of passion and a place of just wanting to help and make life easy for the next Nigerian.
And also, going by what you said, there was perhaps like an all-round effort also by those who were in the media space to also push those who were playing in the sector to the outer world. But from that period till now, I mean, a lot of dollars has come into Nigeria, and if I am correct, over 1 billion, almost 1.1 billion dollars has come into Nigeria since all of the tech boom, you know, started in Nigeria. So how would you say things have changed, or what are the visible changes that we can see?
We see that definitely more Nigerians, Nigeria is not as quote-unquote traditional as we think Nigeria is. People actually want easy living. So when you have solutions, for instance, that help you send money from where you are in Lagos to somewhere that is maybe the farthest part of Nigeria in the north, for instance, you find that people actually need these solutions. You find that Nigerians who live in Nigeria actually want to buy stuff in France, for instance. And we see that all of these things is making life a lot easier for Nigerians. It is exposing us to so much more. It is exposing us to opportunities as well. A very perfect example comes to mind, and it's with regards to how even talent has also just changed. Nigerians are sitting in their homes in Nigeria, and they are able to study and actually work in some other parts of the world without needing to travel anywhere. This definitely came with the tech boom, because we saw that lots of companies, again, it goes back to Nigerians going out there and seeing what is achievable and what is possible. So they came back to Nigeria and said, how about we do a fellowship for software developers, for instance? We'll educate you, we'll teach you, and you can work remotely, sit down in your country, but you can work for a company that's outside Nigeria. We saw that this happened. We saw fellowships likes of Andela and other ones that may not be as popular, but they actually did show that Nigerians are talented people. They were making good money, still are making good money, and they are also using their talents on a global scale. We were able to see all of that. And even beyond that also, we see that competition is not a bad thing. We see that there are more than one startups existing in the same space, and they are doing slightly different things, but they are solving a problem, and they are also actually making money from it as well. And I think in a way, the tech ecosystem was able to demystify competition, where it's not as if, oh, I hate this person because I do what I'm doing. But if I'm not doing something, and this person perhaps has the capacity to do that thing, they should go ahead and do it and see how much wider the space can get, right? And how more scalable this service that we are providing to everyone can actually be used. So I'm doing one thing and it's serving only a group of people. The next person can run with that idea. Maybe it's fintech, for instance, and do the exact same thing. There was, of course, the advent, I think 2019 or so was the year of the fintech sector. Beyond even being able to make a lot of money, they really helped Nigerians save money. There are lots of solutions that I can start mentioning, from your car to your piggy vest to your bank.
Yeah.
So many of them were helping people save money. And then you will go to the market, for instance, and you will hear, market women, they are talking about how ROI is me. And you're surprised, because you're like, do they actually know that these things work? And they know that these things work. So it really exposed us to a lot of things that we didn't think existed, so much that we had no idea was already happening. And it also made the number of internet users expand as well.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Obviously, I mean, like it's the World Wide Web, so it's wide enough to have everyone on board. And from all of the stories you're giving, the sky seems to be the limit. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and of course, we're going to have more success stories in the years to come by. But I have to say thank you for joining us today on the program, Bella Rose Iyere Okoji, senior editor at Tech City.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's now take a look at the movie videos on our YouTube channel in the past week.